What's the biggest takeaway from All-Star? Is that there's some real static with World USA. There's real static there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was leaning. Anthony Edwards even said that Wemby came out and set the tone, and he made them have to play. So, like, if you got one guy to come out there and say, hey, I'm finna put BTA, everybody else, their competitive nature kind of kick in a little bit, and they don't want to get embarrassed, so they kind of had to follow suit.
I also think we got some soft stars.
Ooh. Are you going to name drop?
No, because I don't know who was soft versus who's not. But Damian Lillard said one thing that stood out to me in his post game after he won the three-point contest. They asked him, why was it so important to be out here? Obviously, you got the injury. He said a lot of good things. He said, number one, it's good for me to get that to compete. Yeah, to compete, be able to play with fans, right? I'm doing something with pressure is on the line. I haven't experienced pressure in a long time. But then he said, it's also the time for us to host a game for our amazing fans. The game is about the fans, and you have to be willing to come out here and be willing to lose, be willing to fail. And that made me think to myself, that's some of the issue is that we don't have that mentality across the board. So we have a dunk contest that does not have the star power that the other two festivities on All-Star Saturday night had because guys are afraid to fail in the dunk contest. We will not have a one-on-one competition like Unrivaled because our players will be too afraid to fail.
Some of them games, they were getting skunked. 11-0.
11-0, yeah.
Can you imagine your favorite NBA player losing 11-1?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
But a lot of NBA players seem to talk highly of it. Like,
I feel like we probably have a pocket of seven, let's say 7 NBA players is like, I'll do it. And then the rest is like, I hope they're not really serious about it because that means I might. Imagine you are, like, who said it? Who's one of the players?
James Harden said that he would do it.
Jaylen
Brown, James Harden. They do it.
Jaylen Brown called out names.
I wouldn't be mad if they at least tried it, though. I think that we've just seen over the years that if you're trying to give something a try, a lot of people actually end up liking it. I think this is a good factor. Or
even Kevin Durant said that he would do it.
There's no downside from the fan perspective. Because even if we get an 11-0, that 11-0 can be electric. You know, then we get the 11-9s or the 11. I don't know if they're gonna win by 2, 11-10s, whatever. That is what the fans want. The only downside is for them players if they care about that embarrassment factor of losing a one-on-one game. Because I can't imagine the narratives that be driven from NBA Twitter if a top 6 player in the world loses one-on-one to somebody that's number 18 or 19.
Yeah. I mean, I think even in that media scrum, someone asked Giannis about it, and he said, I think he said that he kind of feels like he would win it, but he said there's Kevin Durant, there's Wemby. He said a few other names that might challenge him, but he said that he felt pretty confident that he would win that.
What player ain't gonna say that? They all be talking like that until it's time to do it. If they all so willing to do it, why haven't we gotten it?
I wonder, from a fan perspective, hypothetically, if we get the same thing, right? Same thing as the dunk contest. All these guys is yapping. I would do it, but then we get to the time and they don't do it. If we got tier 2 to tier 3 players, do y'all think y'all would still really enjoy the idea of a one-on-one?
Yeah.
Same.
It's just, will they do it? Because I think that's a trickle-down effect, right? It's so much goes into the Twitter conversations. And because Twitter doesn't really understand basketball, I think it'll carry a little bit more weight than it should.
Yeah.
Right, you get what I'm saying?
I can imagine like somebody put together a top 100 list, like, well, he number 22 because he beat so-and-so in the one-on-one.
Exactly. When it really don't matter.
It don't matter at
That's
all.
the crazy thing about the one-on-one thing is that, like, it don't matter. Like, there are some guys who really got a one-on-one bag that'll beat some amazing players that are just better in a 5-on-5 setting. And a 5-on-5 is what matters. 5-on-5 gets you $200 million contracts.
I was gonna say, some of the best one-on-one scorers, they could barely find minutes sometimes on teams because it's like, what else can you do? Everybody in this league can really score.
Cam Thomas just got waived, and he would probably drag a lot of. He would probably win one of those competitions, if we being honest. I think that is a part of the factor is that it would hold a little bit too much weight for the players, and then it creates a whole different thing. But that stood out to me, Damian Lillard saying, you know, you got to be willing to come out and participate and be willing to fail. Because at the end of the day, it ain't that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Give the one-on-one a pot. Unrivaled has it so that the winner, who this year was Chelsea Gray, she won $200,000 for winning the one-on-one.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, that's big.
That's how you get them to really lock in.
Congratulations, because she was killing.
Hooping.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.